Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So, let's get this whole filler or time waster out the way. And that is Bonnie and Justin. Oh my goodness. Here's the thing about Bonnie. And this is going to sound really bad. But I gotta sit there and say this. So, Bonnie, well, let's be honest, she's annoying. She's really annoying. I mean, not annoying enough where it's like I need to change the channel. Just annoying to the point where it's like she just makes you cringe whenever she says a really bad joke or just some of the stuff that comes out of her mouth. That being said, that woman, when she was dressed today, she definitely got some curves on her. I gotta say that. And, that definitely helped because this woman, well, like any other episode, she was really annoying. She calls Justin and, she's making sure that he doesn't stand her up. He's like, I'll be there soon or whatever, and we'll meet and whatever. So, Bonnie's sitting there waiting, she's sitting there talking to Jennifer. Let's talk about this idiot Jennifer for a minute. And this is the reason why I'm calling her an idiot. So Kate is on the phone with, obviously, Jake, talking about a new place to meet up, and, she's like, oh, I can't wait, it's going to be exciting, blah, 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 blah. So, Jennifer decides to act like a damn creep for some reason, and is all like, oh, who you talking to? You talking to Jack? You talking to Jack, aren't you? It's like there's so many things wrong with that sentence and that whole scene. I could be here for a good 20 minutes to sit there and really just kind of deep dive into everything that's wrong about that sentence. But the thing that really annoys me is that she's, well, let's be honest, she's been all bitchy 1 minute to Jack and completely doesn't even bother to look at him. But the minute she thinks that Kate is talking to Jack, she wants to start getting all upset. Like, sweetheart, are you serious? And so she's all like, who you talking to? Yada, yada, yada. You're talking to Jack. And Kate pretty much says what everyone is already sitting there thinking about. That up until a point, every man has his limits. And at some point, he's going to stop banging his head to sit there and try to get you back and be with someone who is, that he deserves. And when she said that, Jennifer had just had this dumbfounded look on her face. Just like, what? Huh? He can just stop trying and just be with somebody. Like, that's the dumb look that she had on her face. And you would think that at some point that this would kind of sink in. No. So she's sitting there talking to Bonnie. And, Bonnie was like, oh, just let you know, I told him the truth that we weren't really doing anything with those guys or whatever. And, Bonnie was like, he loves you and yada, yada, yada. There's one point where Jennifer's like, oh, wow, I was sitting there listening to, to my daughter's nanny. So let me get this straight. You're a grown-ass woman. And you take advice. This man that you know damn near your entire life, nearly your entire life, a large portion of your life. And instead of sitting there trusting your own guts and your own instincts and just kind of just taking some time or whatever, you're going to trust Gwen to sit there and tell you to give you advice. And she was like, I don't know if I can ever trust him again. Now, I have a couple of notes. If she had came to her own conclusion that she don't know if she can trust him ever again, there's going to be a lot of people that won't like that. They like seeing them together. They think that what she's doing is a mistake. And that, you're throwing away a lifetime with this man over one indiscretion. And I get exactly where everyone's coming from. And part of me does feel that way. On the other hand, you know what? Listen, sometimes trust is broken. And there's certain things that's just, you can't get back. And if you don't feel safe, you don't feel like you can be in a relationship with that person because you don't feel safe and you don't feel you can trust them, then yeah, it's time to let it go. It is time to just let it go. Because it's not going to do you any good and that person any good. Being with this person and constantly resenting them and constantly sitting there asking them questions back and forth about what they're doing, and it causes more problems if she feels that way. And that's what she does. She feels that way. But, this only came after she was talking to Gwen. Halfway through it, yeah, she was upset. She was angry. And, okay, fine. We get that. But she wasn't ready to just sit there and just literally call it quits until after Gwen started speaking in her ear. Now, again, let's not sit there and get this kind of twisted, because at the end of the day, Gwen can sit there and say everything in the world to her, but, again, she's a grown-ass woman. How she chooses to live her life and does whatever, it's on her. We all know long down the line, when Gwen gets exposed and Jennifer starts kicking herself, and she'd be like, oh, I should have never listened to her, and yada, 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 I should have trusted Mom. Yeah, you should have. But you didn't. Because you're an idiot. Now, there's some more people I gotta get to. Let's talk about this whole... I think I was talking about Bonnie. So after Bonnie and Jennifer talk, Jennifer leaves and Bonnie's sitting there waiting at the bar. Now, Justin, was getting ready to go on his date, and Kayla comes over to help, ask for help as far as representing Joey and yada yada yada. So, he went down to the courthouse. He went down to the police station and then to the courthouse to do his thing. He's already running late. So by the time he gets to Julie's, Bonnie is just fed up. She's fed up. She's not even still listening to him, not even letting him speak. And she already decided to call some other guy and just decide to hang out with him. And Justin's just like, what the at this point. Now, we're all going to agree how stupid that whole scene was. And, the fact that she didn't even give him time to explain why was really dumb. It's not like this dude is just at home or whatever, just hanging out and waiting and stuff like that. Like, he is a lawyer. There is things that do come up. You didn't even bother to sit there and listen to him and hear him out. Now, to Bonnie's defense, Justin could have texted. He didn't have to sit there and give a full-blown phone conversation and saying, hey, listen, I'm sorry, I'm running late or whatever. He could have texted her. He could have. He has a cell phone. It would have been, at the very least, considerate. But this isn't the first time that Justin dropped the ball as far as being considerate to Bonnie. Now, Bonnie is not my favorite character at all. But with that being said, come on. You couldn't text. You couldn't sit there and say you were running late or anything like that. Yeah, we know stuff happens, but be considerate. Now, with that being said, so Ava and Trip are waiting in the interrogation room, and you know, Steve is at the house with Kayla, and Steve is like, all right, we got to get down there, and Kayla's like, I just want to make sure that we're good because we don't want to just give her everything that she wants, and let's just kind of just make sure that we're good. Um, and at this point, Steve was like, I don't got time for this, so he walks off. Kayla decides to go over to Justin's place to make sure that that Joey is released and everything's on the up and up as far as, that she doesn't try to double cross them. So they all get down there eventually, and Trash is there. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to wonder, was Trash scenes really necessary? Because she came in and, yeah, she gave her, Melinda Trash kind of attitude and vibe or whatever. But, like, once that was done, you didn't really see her for the rest of the episode. So, again, was her presence really necessary? I didn't even write it down on the, actually I did. I don't even know why. But anyway, long story short, Trash agrees to let Ava go as long as Kayla doesn't press charges and Joey could be released. So everyone gets what they want. Sorta. So, towards the end, Trip is like, alright, cool, so, we'll meet back home and everything is good. And that's when Steve is like, so, here's the thing, buddy. You're not allowed to come back. There's really no easy way of saying that. And I'm not gonna lie, I sat there and I was like, And Kayla was like, well, don't blame your father, it was me. I just think all of us live in the same roof. I was like, yeah, yada, yada, yada. You can try to spin this any sort of way that you want, but the bottom line is, you didn't want him living there, and you pressed Steve to do it. And Steve decided to, it was more important to save his relationship than it was to, stick up for his son. Well, not stick up for his son, but like let his son live there. I get it. Trip is a grown-ass man, but it still just felt so wrong and so dirty. And even Ava was like, wow. Ava was like, so you chose your relationship over your own son. That's fantastic. And I was like, she's not 100%, she's not 100%, like, she's not entirely wrong about that, You did decide to choose Kayla essentially over your own son. You could have told her to kick rocks, but you didn't. So, whatever. At that point, Ava was like, you can live with me. And Kayla was like, no. You weren't even alive when we made that decision. I was like, no, sweetheart, no. You don't get to, You don't get to sit there and decide where Trip lives at. You already kicked him out after you made Steve do it. So you have no say-so in anything that Trip does outside of your house. So keep your damn mouth quiet. Like, shut the hell up. Obviously I'm not exactly happy about what Kayla did. I understand it. I get it. I understand it from her point of view, from the science and everything, but yeah, I'm not happy about it. And I'm not going to sit there and rehash why, but if you watched it a couple whiles ago, I'm just going to sit there and say, you choose your son over your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, period. What else? Oh, Gwen is still being a creep. Yep, Gwen is still being a creep. She talks to Jack. I don't remember if it actually really went anywhere. She was trying to apologize for overstepping her boundaries and yada 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 yada. Not gonna lie, I don't really remember where it led to, and I kind of looked at my phone because I was like, oh great, it's Gwen being creepy. Now, she said something about estranged fathers or um, estranged family not being with their loved ones or something to that effect. And so this is the first hint that we got as far as, why she's doing what she's doing. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie, I still had no idea what the hell she was talking about. But at some point, she talks to Kate, and they go back and forth. And Kate is like, you told us that you were going to keep your mouth shut about this whole me and Jake thing, but we don't trust you, And at this point, it's pretty much, I'm not even going to sit there and say stalemate, because all Gwen was saying was like, listen, I don't care what you do. If you want to go out my sloppy seconds, fine. Just don't cross me. That was it. And so with that veiled threat, they kind of just went their own separate ways. Jack was avoiding Kate like the plague. And then they talked a little bit as far as living together, and they've been living together for a while, but now things are different because Jennifer knows about their whole affair. Well, not their whole affair, but their one night Devil's Tango, I guess. And Gwen, being the vindictive piece of POS that she is, decides to run to Jennifer, and it's like, oh, just that you know, I saw Jack and Kate together at the house, and I don't know what they were talking about, but it seemed like it was something really intense. I'm like, let's put it this way. I wish I didn't have to talk about Gwen in that tone, but let's be honest. We don't know what her motivations are. That's number one. Okay? Months and months and months of her just being a vindictive bitch for no reason at this point, because we don't know what her reason is. And it's just this mean-spirited, like what is your angle? You're just screwing people over just because you're angry at the world or something bad happened to you. So it gave you some sort of piss-poor excuse to sit there and treat everyone else like garbage, or getting back at them because something bad happened to you that we have no idea why. And honestly, to tell you the truth, again, the more this goes on, the more annoyed I'm getting. Because this isn't fun to watch. Watching her scheme without a reason why. Any reason why. No matter how petty and vindictive it is, any reason why, after a while, it's just not fun to watch. I'll give you an example. Most people may not know this because most people probably don't watch the General Hospital. But they had a character named Nell. Now, Nell was going after a particular family, or a particular woman in the family, because of said reasons. Now, those reasons were petty as hell, because at the end of the day, you're a grown-ass woman, and despite of how your life turned out because of X, Y, and Z, because of this person, make your choices. You live and learn, and you move forward. And it wasn't like, this person killed her dad or something like that, but she went after her for the most petty, vindictive reason I've ever heard. But at least I was able to enjoy that to some extent because we knew the reason why. This chick, on the other hand, we know nothing, and it's been way too long. I always give Days a lot of props for stuff that they do right compared to GH. This is, it's not one of them. But, yeah, I think that's actually going to do it. I think that's actually about it. Anything else that I missed, I apologize. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything majorly important. But I think I covered the majority of the episode. Oh. No, I did not. Oh, Joey is free. He came back at the end. So, I guess we're going to sit there and find out who the real rapist is, which, from a lot of people sitting there telling me, is Joey. So, awesome. They just let out a rapist. Allegedly. And which is actually a really good question, because how did, there were some people who seem to say he did it. That was most likely Joey. But how? If he was in prison? Good question. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Be safe. I will catch you in the next video. And again, thank you for watching these videos. I really do appreciate it, because I really do enjoy doing these videos. I enjoy talking about the characters and kind of doing a little mini deep dive about some of these characters and why they do what they do. And it's really nice to have people, want to watch my videos and comment on it. And, I always do enjoy reading the comments, even when I'm on my break at work, because I like knowing different people's perspectives on what they thought of the episode, what they thought of the characters. And it also helps me, because sometimes I may sit there and look at it one way, but then somebody will write something in the comment section and be like, you know what, I didn't think of it that way. I didn't know that. Let me go into this a little bit differently. That's why sometimes with certain characters, like let's say Kayla, I try to look at it from two perspectives. I try to look at it from, wow, you just told Steve to kick out his own damn son. That's messed up. But then I'll be like, you know what, I understand where Kayla's coming from because of the whole science and her history and yada yada yada. So it's always very interesting to look at more than one perspective. And so I do enjoy reading the comments, and I want to thank everyone who writes comments and just people who watch my videos in general. With that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe. I will catch you in the next review.